Here's a story. So imagine this for a second. What would you do if someone told you, don't move, or your head will explode? That's exactly what happens to a smart but bored high school student named Takahata. He was sick of his normal life. Same classes, same routine. He wished for something exciting, something different. And yeah, his wish came true. Just not the way he imagined. He's sitting in class, the teacher's writing on the board like always, and out of nowhere, the teacher's head explodes right in front of everyone. No warning, no explanation. Then something even worse appears. A creepy talking doll comes out of nowhere. Its name is Daruma. Daruma announces a game. The rules are simple and deadly. When Daruma turns her back, students are allowed to move, but the moment she turns around, if she sees anyone moving, their head explodes instantly. Panic takes over classroom. Daruma turns around, catches one student moving, boom, dead. Another student panics and tries to run, dead. Every time Daruma kills someone, small red balls drop from their body and roll across the floor, making it even harder to stand still. Two students wait for Daruma to turn her back and try to run to the door. They reach it and realize it's locked. Daruma turns again. Both of them die instantly. Students are screaming, shaking, completely losing it. That's when Sakata, one of the students, steps up and tries to calm everyone down. He says he recognizes this game. It's Daruma's game, and there's only one way to stop it. There's a button on Daruma's back. If someone presses it, the game ends. One student panics and makes a run for the button. Big mistake. Daruma senses him, spins around instantly, and kills him on the spot. That's when they realize her strategy. She talks casually, slowly, to make students think it's safe. But the moment someone gets close, she turns fast. Then they notice something else. There's a countdown timer on Daruma's back. 1 minute left. If time runs out, everyone dies. Students try to get closer together, step by step, but people slip on the red balls. Daruma turns. More heads explode. The classroom turns into a nightmare. Bodies everywhere. 10 seconds left. Only Takahata and Sakata are still alive. They come up with one last plan. Sakata gets on his knees. Takahata jumps on his back, using him as support, and launches himself forward. At the very last second, Takahata presses a button. Daruma collapses, furious that she lost. They did it. They survived. They start celebrating. And then, Sakata's head explodes. Takahata freezes. Daruma looks at him and says, "You were the one who pressed the button. That means you're the only winner." Takahata can't even process what just happened. Before disappearing, Daruma adds one last thing. The cat is coming. Suddenly, the classroom door opens. Takahata's childhood friend Akira walks in, completely shocked. She tells him she was in a Daruma game too. She pressed a button, and all her friends died. Takahata tells her the same thing happened to him. They try calling the police, no signal. They run through the school, but every exit is blocked. Even the windows won't break. Finally, they find one door that opens. They enter the gym. The door slams shut behind them. They're trapped again, and they're not alone. There are other students inside, some of them wearing mouse costumes. On the floor, there's a message. Put the ball into the basket to win. The ground starts shaking. A massive giant cat statue rises from the floor. Without warning, the cat grabs a student wearing a mouse costume and eats him alive. The cat only chases students wearing the mouse outfit. This challenge is even worse than the first one. Students run in terror. The cat approaches Takahata and Akira, but ignores them. Akira spots a ball rolling on the floor. Takahata looks up and realizes something terrifying. The basketball hoop is attached to the cat itself. To win, they have to score into the cat. Takahata explains this to everyone. A skilled basketball player asks Akira for the ball. He shoots. Perfect aim. But the cat blocks it, grabs the ball, and smashes the player into the wall, killing him instantly. Now the cat scans the room again, only targeting mouse costumes. Takahata tells everyone to take them off. They do, thinking they're safe now. They're wrong. The cat suddenly starts attacking everyone. Akira picks up the ball again. There's a timer on it. 3 minutes left. The cat moves toward Akira. Takahata doesn't hesitate. He puts on a mouse costume to save her. The cat instantly switches targets and chases him instead. Takahata runs, dodging, screaming for someone to throw him the ball. But everyone is too scared. Then Takahata hears a strange sound. He realizes it's coming from a mouse costume, and suddenly understands the cat. The cat isn't evil. It just wants someone to scratch its back, so it can sleep. Takahata climbs onto the cat's back and starts scratching it using a rope. The cat smiles. It enjoys it. Akira helps. Then others join. The cat slowly falls asleep. Takahata grabs the ball, but students stop him. They argue, fighting over who gets to throw it, because they believe only the one who scores survives. Their noise wakes the cat. It kills 2 students instantly. No time left. Takahata comes up with a final plan. He grabs another ball. Akira takes the real one. They wrap both balls in mouse costumes and approach the cat from different directions. The cat hesitates. Confused, it attacks Akira. That was a plan. While the cat is distracted, Takahata throws his ball. The real ball. It hits the hoop, but doesn't go in. Everyone thinks they lost. Then suddenly, a student named Amaya jumps from behind the cat and scores at the very last second. The game ends. The winners are announced. Takahata, Akira, Amaya, no one else. Takahata wonders what will happen to the others. Amaya answers by killing them himself. He believes only the strong deserve to live. Akira calls him insane. Amaya attacks her, but Takahata stops him. White smoke fills the room. The three of them disappear. News reports show the same games happening worldwide. Over 10 million students are dead. Takahata wakes up inside a massive floating cube in the sky. Inside, he meets his ex-girlfriend Taxa and other survivors. All their names start with the letter T. He panics, then bangs on the door. No answer. Then a genius student named Tara wakes up and shows him holographic news. They're trapped inside the cubes, waiting for the next game. The door opens. 4 dolls appear, and they announce the third challenge. The hardest one yet. One of the dolls points at Tara and tells him to start. Tara, full of confidence, agrees without hesitation. So here's the game. Tara sits down, closes his eyes, and the dolls start spinning around him, singing this creepy song. When the song ends, they ask him, "Who's standing behind you?" Tara freezes. He panics and answers wrong. Boom, he loses. One of the dolls fires a laser at him, and suddenly, the dolls take control of him, making him slam his own head into the ground until he's dead. Next, they turn to Taka. She's terrified and refuses at first, but the dolls threaten her life. She has no choice. She covers her eyes as the dolls start singing again. When the song ends, they ask her the same question. "Who's standing behind you?" Taka hesitates from fear. She's too slow to answer. She loses. She tries to run, but the dolls surround her, fires a laser at her, and they start dragging her violently. Her legs break, and they literally rip her body in half. Then the dolls pick Taxa to play, but Takahata steps forward and says, "No, I want to play instead of her." The dolls look at him, and they agree. So the dolls start circling around Takahata, slowly, almost playfully, and they begin singing. The song ends suddenly. They all stop at once and ask him, "Who's standing behind you?" For a split second, and then Takahata answers, and he answers correctly. The dolls freeze. You can tell they're shocked. They ask him, "How did you know?" Takahata stays calm and says, "I memorized your movement patterns when I watched you play with Taka and Tara earlier." The dolls have no answer. They slowly dissolve into smoke, and right where they were floating, a key appears. Just like that, Takahata and Taxa pass the challenge. They grab the key and finally get out of the room. As they move forward, they suddenly see another student running toward them. He's holding a key too, and one of the dolls is chasing him. The student yells at them, "We have to hold hands." This doll kills anyone who's alone. They don't even think twice. They grab each other's hands. The doll sees them and immediately ignores them, floating away to look for another student who's alone. Now Takahata's group has 2 keys. They hear a scream nearby. They follow the sound and realize it's Akira. A doll is right behind her. Without hesitation, Takahata lets go of the others and runs straight toward her. He grabs Akira's hand at the very last second, just before the doll can kill her. Suddenly, the wall in front of them opens. A huge wooden head appears, built into the wall. There's a countdown timer running, and 7 keyholes carved into it. The head speaks. It says, 7 people must play 7 keys. More students arrive. 2 of them already have 2 keys. Now the numbers are clear. They are 6 people with 4 keys. They still need 1 more person and 3 more keys. The timer shows 2 minutes left. Everyone starts to panic. It feels impossible. And then, someone steps forward and throws 3 keys on the ground. It's Amaya. He's standing next to another student. But before anyone can react, Amaya kills the student beside him without hesitation. He calmly says, "I only needed to hold his hand, so the doll wouldn't kill me." Takahata doesn't want Amaya anywhere near them, but they have no choice. They need the keys. They place all 7 keys into the wooden head. The head announces, "Challenge complete." Then it tells them to change their clothes. The head disappears, and a tunnel opens in front of them. They walk through it, and on the other side, everything is covered in snow. The ground shakes violently. A massive white polar bear rises up, like it's stepping onto a stage. It looks at them and says, "I hate lies." Then it explains the next challenge. "I will ask you questions. You must answer honestly. If someone lies, you must choose them, or sacrifice anyone you want to move on." The bear starts with an easy question. "What's your favorite food?" Everyone answers. The bear pauses, then says, "I smell a lie." It gives them 2 minutes. Either identify the liar, or sacrifice someone. Panic spreads instantly. They start accusing each other. Eventually, suspicion falls on one student who said his favorite food was vegetables. The others laugh nervously, saying vegetables aren't even a real meal. The student swears he's telling the truth. Nobody listens. They choose him, and the bear kills him without hesitation. Then the bear asks the second question. "Do you like Takahata?" Akira and Taxa say yes. Amaya says yes. The others agree. The bear tilts his head and says, There is one liar among you. Akira immediately points at Amaya, saying he doesn't care about anyone but himself. They start arguing. Meanwhile, Takahata thinks to himself, why would someone lie if the bear already knows the truth? The bear suddenly looks at him and says, good, you notice. Then it reveals the truth. One of them is not human. There is an alien disguised as a student among them. That alien has been lying from the beginning, and if they don't find it, everyone will die. A student suddenly points at Takusa. He says, all of us are from the same school. Takahata, Akira, Amaya, we know they're human. Taxa is the only one who doesn't belong. Takahata and Akira defend her desperately, but time is running out. Amaya and the others choose Taxa. Majority wins, and the bear crushes her. Takahata is shattered. His first love, dead. The bear prepares to ask the third question, but Takahata stops it. He shouts, I know who the real liar is. Everyone turns to him. He points at the bear. As Taxa's blood drips onto the bear's body, the white paint starts peeling away, revealing its true black color underneath. There was no alien among them. The bear was lying the whole time. It planted doubt, so they would destroy each other. The bear gets super angry when Takahata exposes its secret. It tries to attack the students, smashing everything in sight. The bear chases him relentlessly until it finally stumbles into a hot area. Its body starts burning, the black paint melting away. At last, the bear stops. It accepts defeat and declares their victory for the challenge. The students are moved to a new area for the next challenge. Small dolls appear, explaining the rules. This is the final challenge. They say, one of you will be chosen. That person will be called Akuma. Akuma will take this box and put it in the red circle on the floor. While this happens, the rest of you hide. Akuma will search for you. If Akuma finds you, he will shout your name and put you in a cage. If Akuma catches 3 or more students, he wins. But if a free student manages to throw the box, it will release everyone from cage. The dolls warn them. The box contains a bomb. If anyone touches it, they must sacrifice themselves so others can survive. And the challenge won't end until sunset, about an hour left. If Akuma doesn't capture 3 students or more, he loses. After explaining the rules, one of the dolls pulls out 5 wooden sticks to decide who becomes Akuma. Bad luck strikes. The stick chooses Amaya, the craziest and meanest student of them all. The game begins. The students scatter, hiding everywhere. Amaya grabs the box, places in the red circle, and starts hunting them down. He finds 2 students from the other school easily. They try to fight him, but Amaya is too strong. He captures them and throws them in the cage. Takahata and Akira watch from a distance. Amaya spots them and knows exactly where they are. Takahata grabs a rope to escape through a window, but Amaya is fast. Akira knows they can't outrun him. She steps forward to buy Takahata some time and faces Amaya herself. Amaya grabs Akira and starts running to catch Takahata, but Takahata slips away. He knows Amaya will guard the box, so he searches for a place to hide. Amaya shouts, trying to make him appear. I've already captured 3. We can win now. But Takahata doesn't believe him. He knows it's a lie. Looking around, he finds a metal suit. He puts it on to protect himself from the explosion if the box is thrown. The suit is heavy and clumsy, but it's the only chance he has. Suddenly, the sword slips out of his hand and falls to the floor. Amaya laughs, taking off Takahata's helmet, thinking he's got the upper hand, but then he freezes. He realizes that Takahata had him chained the whole time. Yep, this was all part of Takahata's plan from the very start. Takahata had actually hooked the chain onto Amaya's body when he took off the helmet, completely stopping him from reaching the box. Takahata speaks, his voice calm but firm. I used to think life was boring. I wanted any kind of change. But after everything that happened, after all these games, I finally understood the value of life I had. I realized how foolish I was, because humans never truly appreciate what they have. He admits that he lost friends because of these games. Then, Takahata jumps from the tower, dragging Amaya with him, who desperately tries not to fall. Below, Takahata removes the metal suit and climbs back up while Amaya struggles to free himself. Takahata reaches the box. His body is exhausted. He moves slowly. Amaya breaks free and runs to stop him, but Takahata throws the box, freeing his classmates. Everyone braces for an explosion, but nothing happens. The box never contained a bomb. Seconds later, the sun sets. The challenge ends. The dolls appear, announcing Takahata as the winner. They laugh and admit the bomb story was a lie to make the challenge more thrilling. Amaya is furious he lost, thinking he might die, but the dolls tell him the final challenge was just a game, and no one is actually going to die. Celebrations erupt. The dolls give the students ice cream as prizes for winning. Takahata eats his ice cream with Akira, talking about what they'll do once they get out. After a while, he notices some writing on his ice cream stick, but he ignores it. Akira looks at hers, and suddenly starts crying. Written on her stick, "You lost and you will die." The dolls explain. Every challenge required skill and intelligence, but in the end, luck decides who lives and who dies. Every ice cream stick contained a fate of each student. Akira's fate was death. Takahata was lucky to survive. Amaya survives, but the other students die. Akira and the other two students are struck by lasers from one of the dolls, disappearing in flames. And just like that, all the games, all the challenges, are over. Takahata and Amaya climb to the top of the floating cube above Japan. The people cheer, they survived. But Takahata stands alone at the peak, heart heavy, mourning Akira, his first love. And that's where this episode ends. All right, in these crazy challenges, what do you think really wins a game? Your smarts or just pure luck? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like and subscribe.